Cut.
Hi, my name is Manimaran Parasuraman. I was from Penang, and formerly I was working in Seagate Industries as a senior manufacturing manager, and currently my position was I'm the founder of the core cell energy therapy. Okay, and this is something a new setup. Okay, it's going global and it's an online business. That is our current position. Okay, I'm graduated from UKM, that is University Kebangsaan Malaysia. Graduated in 1993 in the field of psychology and majored in industrial psychology. My highest point will be the when I been selected for the team awards from Seagate. Okay, there was a very crucial time where we suppose almost shut down the manufacturing plant because there's some crisis in the manufacturing. But as a team, we put up within 7 days, we managed to solve the problem, and we saved thousands of people's work. And because of that, the corporation's given the special award. More than award, it is the satisfaction that we save people's job. That is the highest moment, I would say. The lowest one will be when I didn't qualify to become a fighter pilot.
Alright. So I'm guessing your original ambition when you were a child is a fighter pilot?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not good at physics. Well, if you look at it, my education was on psychology. Okay, I was expecting to do something more deeper in the psychology field. Unfortunately, I couldn't do much to further my studies because to be really in psychology field, you need to have at least minimum a master degrees. At that moment, it's quite expensive. So I decided to start the work. Well, say that it's not related to what I studied. Little bit related because it's industrial psychology, but the key point is it's helped me because I understand people's. That part is help, but somehow time and life took to. I end up 22 years working as in that field, manufacturing field. The biggest obstacle will be basically because generally if you are a people manager, okay, when being a people manager, you handle people, okay. So compared to if you are just handle a certain business unit, people's performance become your performance. And keeping them motivated and keep them cohesive in the team, that will be the biggest challenge. And I will say that at the beginning that was the biggest obstacles, but then slowly as I gain my experience, that can be it's become a second nature already, right?
I'm not running.
Okay, my first actually how the management recognized me that I can become in the managerial or leadership roles is when there was usually, every hero born out of a crisis. You got to perform well when there is a crisis. So in the manufacturing or in your life, and in whatever scenario, a lot of people when crisis came, they break down. But you have to be the strongest at that moment, show your leadership, show your resilience, to solve the problem. You have to sacrifice your time, and that is what your top people will look at you. I mean, that is where actually you want to show all your skills. Okay, in a normal time, nobody will notice, but in a crisis time is where people notice you. So we had some crisis because it's a manufacturing. We are manufacturing hard disks, and it is very high tech. Okay, we used to tell is like how a fighter jet flying over the field and counting the grass. Okay, that's how the hard disk is working. Okay, so it is so things also we have some contamination issue, and it's almost like shutting down the plant. We solve it, and that's why they recognize me as I have the leadership capability. Knowing Tun Samandan, yeah, I was so small, okay, at that time, but he was close to my father. So, being he's one of the key person in the independence of our country, and he's a very humble guy. Some great leaders can be so humble, and as you're looking now, people quite getting arrogance in little bit position, and he was a top guy. So yeah, he's a very humble guy. So I have met him personally, but I was that time very small. Okay, so I have to look up like that. He's quite tall guys also. Okay, so that is my encounter with Tun Samandan. Actually, I do not subscribe to the idea leaders are born unless if that related to royal blood, that for options, you have to accept them as your leaders. But in a real life, leaders are made. And how actually leaders are made is because these leaders have to go through lot of, it is like something, an iron casting, okay. They, through the experience, they become a leader, okay. Not just because I have in my organization, okay, a lot of them are higher than me, they have PhDs and so on, but still they can't reach the position of leadership because education and leadership, it's not really related. It's a help, but it's not really the factor that make you a leader. Leaders are people who under whatever situation must be able to lead the team, and then a leader should be the one in front, not at the back. When you have those qualities, the qualities to lead and to be involved in every aspect of the organizations, and you have knowledge about all the functions of each aspect of the organization, and the most important, you must have a passion. Okay, when you have a passion to work, sacrifice your time, then the leaders are born from you, not born due to some hereditary or whatever. Well, basically, if it is in my line of work, it was the best guys that I looked up was the first CEO of the Seagate. We call the Al Sugar. He is the founder. Very nice guys, because he's so nice that he grew up the industry, the organization, but he was so concerned whenever coming to the point due to economic reason, the retrenchment and all. He got really, he always figure out a way that we don't need to go through that exercise. How best way we don't cut jobs and all that. But unfortunately, he was the one, the board of directors fired him because he's so resistant to throw people out due to economic reason or whatever situations. But I find that he have the heart of people. He's so successful. Okay, he actually the one invented the hard disk, but unfortunately, because sometimes the world are not as kind as what we think. There are a lot of things is dollar and sign. But the qualities I like. He may not be the one cut out for be in a business world, but as a human being and the leadership he have about people, some of the value I carried in my work. That's something I look up on him. Now, if you look at that, the higher you go, the pay also go higher, and they don't pay you just because of your positions. They pay you because the decision that you have to make, the foresight of what's going to happen that you need to analyze, and the pressure that you need to take. So pressure is given. So the moment you understand the pressure is given, it's not become a pressure. Now a lot of times it become a pressure when it's unanticipated. Okay, but once you already anticipated, this is going to be your life. There's no easy way. Whatever pressure, end of the day, right? You have 24 hours. You got to fix the problem. At the beginning, yes, because a lot of this fast-paced world, decision need to be made, and the decision should be incorrectly made. So your pressure is really will build up if on time you can't deliver it. But over the time, if you are working too long, you will understand how to manage it. Manage it mean, right? You know the tricks. Actually, people end up cannot handle pressure is because they're too much worried. Actually, there's nothing to be worried. If you can't make a decision, what is the worst scenario can be happen? So they're gonna fire you. You just anticipate, because we know if you have done all the best, you firing me, the next person also could not deliver the things. So as long you done your work, the pressure is not an issue. And another way is I do practice my own meditation and all that, and that helped me to handle the stress energy in myself. Like at the beginning I say, right, being a people manager, we manage a lot of people with a various emotional level, intelligent level, attitude, personality traits and all that. So the idea to manage them without creating big internal conflict is to make sure that it's all based on objective and avoid try to be favoritism, or at least they don't see or see you showing that. In that way, if you professionally conduct yourself, the internal conflict can be reduced, but I won't say you can't eliminate. As long there's a human, there will be internal conflict, but sometimes you just follow the best way of counseling and so on. If it is affect the organization, then you have no choice than follow the rule of the process, the due process. What we call every organization, the human resource have the way to handle these peoples. They will do the legally due process, how to handle internal conflict. Oh, many times. I used to work 18 hours, 20 hours. I never even come back to home for almost 36 hours. Okay, so sometimes crises happen, you have to be there. Because of course, the family was, they will keep calling you, why not back? Oh, they will tell, just throw the job. So what is so important about the job? It's not about the importance of the job. Sometimes it's the challenge you're doing, and the things you're doing, a lot of people depending on you. So they are dependent, okay, and you just throwing the towel and say, right, I'm done. It does not really solve, okay. So not always you will have this kind of situation, but when you have to be like earlier, right, manage the pressure. If you work long hours, you easily will get anger. Your emotion cannot be managed. You have to keep watching that things also. Then the work-life management will become rest of life management. Okay, so you have to manage at that moment. If you manage well, so the rest of life still okay, but if you don't manage it properly, your rest of life will be a work-life management. One thing you need to understand, okay, in every hierarchy of organizations, okay, everybody have their roles to play. And as I'm playing in the middle role, there's a people down me. How am I delivering to them? Okay, how am I criticizing to them? Their hires also have the same reason why they have to criticize. And if they criticize for the purpose of I'm not doing work properly or it's my decision is wrong, it's okay. But sometimes the thing that can hurt you is because if they are criticizing you because of the way the decision been made. Because in any organization, need to be understand that right or wrong, a decision need to be made. In decision, or you're not making any decision, is the one worse crime than the decision itself. Because it's continuous process, a decision at every moment you need to make. So sometimes, yeah, you get the bit feelings when they are criticized for your decision, but then you just accept it as a part of a work and just move on. One of the key things that people morale go down is if you at the beginning, before even the crisis, you don't have the trust being built. Every moment you have to build the trust. They have to look up you, this is the guy that I can trust my life. And that's the truth that you create, okay, because only the truth can create the trust. If that you have already established, and then you no need to worry in any situation, because you can rely on them and they have in their heart, I can rely on me. That's the trust. Very important you build the trust. The moment someone break your trust, it's very difficult to forgive, because that's key value. In the work life as also in my normal life, I keep that. The trust is very important, and because all other pillars build based on the trust. Okay, because imagine it's even a life. We go to doctor because we trust the doctor going to save you. We go to policeman that we believe that he gonna protect you. If any of this trust gone, the whole system will collapse, right? Nobody gonna believe in anything, right? So trust will be the foundations. time, because I've spent a lot of times that I need to be doing the work, okay, and I will say that some of this time should have devoted to my family or my children, but sometimes, yeah, what to do? Those are the sacrifices. See, time, the only thing you cannot catch back, right? So once it's gone, it's gone. So, yeah, there's certain moment sometimes I decide I should have been there, but I'm not able to be there. Okay, so those I feel that are really I sacrifice, or they sacrifice for me. Actually, you don't change, okay? Only thing is that you gain knowledge. Nobody will change personality wise, okay? My friends see me, they will see me as the same I am, okay? The only thing is the role you play, right, is the one you change. As you going the ladder up, the role, okay? But personality wise, you don't change. Nobody actually change unless you caught up with ego. Then it's like, you become arrogant. Oh, I'm so and so. Okay, that is different things. But personality wise, it will be still the same. So, okay, example like this, I can be managing 500, 600 people in my organization. Back home, most probably wife will be managing me. So it doesn't matter. So it's still the same person. All right.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you for the interview. All right. Okay, done. You recorded or not?
No,